Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. So, Jay, the latest list of the WBO rankings just dropped, and unfortunately, Errol Spence is not a part of this latest rankings. And I think potentially this could derail a fight between himself and Sebastian Fundora, because I truly do believe that Sebastian Fundora is interested in keeping his WBO title. So let's talk about it. We know that TGB Promotions, on behalf of Errol Spence, petitioned the WBO for the opportunity to become ranked in the top 15. The WBO has rules in regards to voluntary defenses and being ranked in the top 15. I think it's a little bit confusing because there's a lot of rules all over the place, and I do want to read some of these rules because I had the opportunity to read them here recently. So here's criteria to maintain rating as a classified fighter, and this is a WBO rule, so I'm going to read it very quickly. Forgive me, guys. I'm going to read it quickly because I do want to get through it. To keep his position on the official WBO classification list and to be eligible to be designated by the WBO Championship Committee, and as a mandatory challenger, contender number 1 and contender number 2 shall defend his classification at least annually against any of the classified contenders in his weight category according to the current list of classification promulgated by the Classification Committee, and shall comply with the Association of Boxing Commissions. That was the part that I really want to get to. Criteria for ratings for a professional boxer. So this was talking mostly about number 1 and number 2. And so at the end of the day, the WBO rules have to comply with the Association of Boxing Commission's criteria for ratings. So I went to the Association of Boxing criteria. And here's the part that's very interesting for me. So it says ratings must be based solely on win-loss record, level of competition, and activity. The record of any top-rated boxer shall be verified by the ABC official boxing registry. So you have to be it's win-loss record, level of competition, and activity. And I'm thinking that they're trying to tie all this into activity with Errol Spence. But here's the part that is strange to me, and this is the part that I would argue, and I think maybe this is what TGB may be arguing. In order to maintain a top rating, the boxer shall A, compete at least once during each 12-month period from the time the boxer gets rated. That's the key point. From the time the boxer gets rated, and shall have competed against another top-rated boxer within each 18-month period from the time the boxer gets rated. Okay, so Spence was rated when? June 2024?
June 2024 at 154.
So that would then indicate that he would have a 12-month period in order to fight before they remove him from the WBO rankings, just based off of how that is worded. And shall have competed against another top-rated boxer within each 12-month period from the time the boxer gets rated. So he got to fight against a top fighter within the top 15 within that 18-month period. So that's the part that's kind of strange to me, because I get it. If he doesn't have the level of activity, then you would remove him because that's a part of the criteria in order to rate him. But then why rate him to begin with? You're just going to rate him in June, which would have put him, at 11 months at a point in which he hadn't fought, and just to take him out 3 months later when you have another rule that states that by the time you rate him, he has 12 months. There's a time horizon there for 12 months. I don't quite understand that. It seems like at the point in which he was ranked, he would get the opportunity there, Jay. So it's strange to me what they're doing, and I personally don't get it. And I think this could derail a big fight. Jay, what's your thoughts on the fact that they have pulled him out, have not subsequently put him back in, and maybe the petition hasn't gone all the way through and he's going to get ranked maybe in December? I don't know. But this is something to keep an eye on, Jay. What's your thoughts?
It's definitely something to keep an eye on. I'm not sure. It's very tricky with that. It doesn't make sense to me because it's also had verbiage in there talking about how, if he's not meeting their criteria, they may lower his rating. So he may go from a 6 to a 9 or a 15 or something like that. But the WBO did the exact opposite. June, July, he was number 6. Come August, he's 5. He still hasn't fought. So it makes no sense how they just increase his rating despite his level of inactivity. Now I know there's some rumors and chatter out there about he was trying to get that fight with Fundora. They're already trying to negotiate the probably fight in like November or something like that earlier this year. We know that didn't come into fruition. That didn't happen. But the WBO has been doing some weird stuff. It's just I get if you want to say the inactivity, I'm okay with that, no
I
problem
understand it.
whatsoever. Totally understandable, and that's fair. But if you're gonna rank him, why rank? If you're gonna rank him and say, well, he has 12 to 18 months to have a fight, that means he has until June of next year. He wasn't ranked at 154 in WO until June. He came in at number 6. A lot of people are like, why is he at 6? And then kept him at 6 in July. August come around and he put him at 5. Who was still without a fight. So it's like it's not college football where someone's losing and you moving up because someone else lost and you were idle. That's not how this works right here. So it's not making sense to me on here. And I hate the fact that it's probably going to derail this fight because if I'm Fundora, you're going to tell me you're going to yank one of my belts because I'm fighting a dude that I want to fight that's going to be a big time fight, big money fight as well. You're going to yank my belt because you didn't put him in the top 15 when you just had him 6 and 5. I'm like, look, I'm gonna pass on you, Spence. I'll come back around on that. Let me fight who I need to fight, whether it's Bud or anyone else, to keep my belt. I want to defend both my belts, the WBC and the WBO. I'm not losing the belt because of this little BS that y'all doing over here.
Yeah, it's again, they may end up rating Errol Spence. I don't know. We don't know exactly where they are in the process of determining whether or not he should be ranked. I think personally, this is the argument that I would make if I'm a part of TGB at the point in which, and this is according to the ABC rating criteria, the Associated Boxing Commission's ratings, that at the point in which you rate me, I have 12 months. I have 12 months. So regardless of what you believe my activity is, you decided to rank me number 6 at that time. You can drop me, but you can't drop me out of the entire 15, right? I think that's what I would argue. Now, is that substantial? I don't know, because there may be rules that are not listed here that we can't see from a WBO perspective. I went to their website. I didn't see anything. That was the only thing that they had in regards to the ratings. But
yeah,
maybe they have something else where they're talking about, just activity and how activity has a larger impact in terms of your ratings versus any subsequent rule after you've been rated. I don't know, but to me, that's what I would argue. And at the end of the day, since when do these commissions not allow for big fights to be made, specifically with fighters who we know have name recognition, fighters who have been champions at lower divisions? Why would we now say that we're not going to allow them to move up and fight for a title, specifically when you rank them to begin with? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Go ahead and rank them, even if it's number 15, so that they can make a big fight for the sport. You guys tell us what you think in the comment section in regards to this. Jay, you had something else you want to share?
Yeah, no, it benefits WBO as well if they have them ranked for this fight to actually happen too. It's going to benefit the WBO.
Exactly. Let us know what you think. Don't forget to hate, like, comment, and subscribe. This is the Angry Man Podcast, M Sports Media, and we are out.